Okay, well, Ali, it's really nice to meet you. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Awesome. Let me just, I'll go ahead and start asking you a few questions. So tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you operate out of, and what you enjoy in your free time. Yeah.
Okay, so I have been living in Charlotte most of my life. I was born in Atlanta, but I've been in Charlotte since I was 5, and now most recently I live in Fort Mill, South Carolina. So Fort Mill is right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, just right over the border. I've been in Fort Mill for about 7 years, and I love it here. It's a smaller community, so you really get that sense of almost knowing everyone. I've been fortunate enough to meet a ton of people in my neighborhood and the other neighborhoods around here, and try to be as active as possible in my community. In my free time, I love yoga. I'm really hoping to complete my 200-hour yoga teacher training certification in the next 12 months. That's been a goal of mine for years, but it's never really lined up with my schedule because obviously it's a big time commitment.
All right.
That is on my to-do list. I love to travel. I really almost struggle just staying still. So we're constantly doing something, and whether that's a weekend trip up to the mountains, going to visit friends in another state or another city in North Carolina, or going to visit family. I have my sister and my new nephew and niece out in Arkansas. I try to see them as much as possible. But we also travel outside of the United States. So I've been really fortunate that I have been able to see a lot of the world, and I'm already making plans on special trips for next year. My daughter turns 10, so we're hoping to take her maybe to either London or Paris.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how did you hear about Future Home Loans? What brought you here?
Yeah. So Andy Fulton. I worked with Andy at our previous employer for the last 7 years. So I have been talking to Andy probably weekly since he joined Future back in April.
Mhm.
And back to traveling, I told him, I said, let me get my months of traveling in during the summer, because I already had a lot of stuff planned. I said, but come fall, I'll have a serious conversation with you. And now
Cool.
I'm here.
That's so awesome. I love Andy. I got to spend some time with him up in North Carolina not too long ago, and
Oh, cool.
huge fan. So any friend of Andy is definitely a friend of mine.
Yeah, Andy's great. And he's a great salesperson. He got me over here. So
Definitely. So the big question, of course, what sets you apart from other mortgage brokers?
So a couple things come to mind for me. One is my experience. I've been in the industry for over 7 years,
Nice.
but I've gotten to do a little bit of everything while being in the mortgage industry.
That's
But I wanted to come to this side because I'm very motivated by a few things. One is, being the best mother and role model for my daughter. But two, I want to help clients get into, financial products that serve them best, whether that's a new purchase or refinance. Sales is something that's been in my blood. My parents were both salespeople. My mom's actually a realtor.
nice.
It feels right to go back to being in sales. And now that I'm getting, I'm 2 weeks in, getting that rhythm back up and running, I remember like, oh, I'm really good at this. So, and I'll call out the obvious. There's not a ton of females in this industry.
Mhm.
And I think that's going to help set myself apart. One, I have a lot of really great connections just in my community from being here for so long. But two, I want to be that female voice for mortgage. And I think that's exciting that I, get to set myself apart, just simply just being who I am. And, you get what you get. This is me.
Yeah, I love to hear that. I think that's amazing. All of that, especially being a strong female presence in the industry and having seen loans from what it sounds like every angle. I imagine you must be a champion at potential troubleshooting.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I originated for all 50 states, but through one system. So that's probably going to be my learning curve right now, is just learning the systems and being able to find the best products and programs for my clients. But I myself refinanced with Future Home Loans before I joined the team. Trey was my Trey was my my loan officer, and it was so seamless. I
Mhm.
think that was really the moment where I was like, all right, they have it figured out.
Yeah.
That's who I want to work for, is a company that has that process figured out, getting people in their new loan as quick as possible, and with, you know, the nicest people I've ever talked to. You know, like, I mean, I know Trey from our previous employer, but you know, just the processor I had on the loan, like the whole process was just so easy.
Nice.
And
Yeah, I
that's
bought my
what's
first
exciting for
house.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought my first house before starting to work for Future Home Loans, and I kept waiting for something to be wrong.
Right.
I'm home buyer. I was like, this can't possibly be going this smooth.
Right. Yeah.
The hiccup, and then nothing bad ever happened, and
Right.
everyone was nice and took
Yeah.
care of things for me. And
I mean, we were clear to close, I want to say under 10 days. And part of that process, the reason it wasn't faster was because of me. I naturally wasn't home because I was traveling.
yeah,
And we needed a full appraisal for my house, which I knew going into it. I had only bought this house about a year ago, and the equity in my neighborhood it's probably not unique now, because obviously the market everywhere is really hot, but you know, I had a ton of equity immediately in this house. So I was like, there's probably no way I'm going to get a waiver. And I didn't, and that was fine. But so when I had the appraisal done, I was like, oh gosh, did I just delay everything? We got the appraisal report back that night. I was like, this is crazy.
it's what we love to hear.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, next question is, if you could tell one thing to buyers in your area right now, well, what would that be?
Oh, don't wait.
Yeah.
Don't wait, but also understand, like, you're going to have to be patient. You might not get that first house that you want. You might not get the second one, and that's okay, because you're going to end up getting the one that you love.
Mhm.
I went through it myself, and now the home I'm in, I absolutely love. I think another great touch is to include a personal letter with your offer. I share that because I've had success doing that myself.
Mhm.
And just being genuine, you know, why you want to stay in the neighborhood that you're looking at. You know, why does it make it that house? Why is that important to you and your family? I think hearing more than just, here's the contract, here's my offer, like actually having a little bit of, hey, this is who I am as a person, and you probably have these amazing memories in your house, and I want to make amazing memories in my new house. So I hope I'm the one.
Oh, that's great. So we have a little bit of time. So I have one more surprise bonus for you.
Ooh,
We're gonna do a lightning round.
oh, okay.
You have to answer the very first thing that comes to mind, okay? All right. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Beach or mountains?
Ooh, I think I'm mountains now. We
Okay.
can thank my boyfriend for that. He converted me.
Adventure or relaxation?
Adventure.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Yes. New or vintage?
Vintage.
Cake or ice cream?
Ooh, ice cream.
Nice. First day of summer or first day of fall?
First day of fall.
That was fast.
Ooh,
Okay. And power to fly or invisibility?
I think fly.
Sick.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
You did well. You had fast answers. That was good.
Thanks. Yeah,
And-
fall. I go with fall. My daughter's name is Autumn,
Aw.
so it's kind of, you know, a given. It is definitely one of my favorite seasons. I do love July though. So
Yeah.
if you said like July 4th, I would have had a hard time with that. But
So last but not least, how can people reach you? Call, text, email, all of the above?
all the above. I think I'm quicker on text. I think that's just part of my generation, maybe.
Yeah.
That, you know, as soon as we were able to text back when I was 10 or 12, like I feel like that's all I've ever really done.
Yeah.
So my family and friends know, if you want to get a hold of me, text me first, probably. However, you know, my phone line's always open. Obviously, I want everyone to call me. And my phone's always attached to me too. So email is great as well.
Cool. And I'll attach your info to the, put a little slide after this so everyone can see it.
Sweet.
And it was great to talk to you. Thanks for
It
getting
was so great to talk to you too.
And we were really excited to have you. Welcome to Future Home Loans.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here.
Awesome. I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. Bye.